Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Digium Live. My name is Brian Ferguson, and I'm the Product Marketing Manager for Switchvox here at Digium, and I'll be your host today. On today's episode, we're excited to have Adam Kramer, who's the Product Manager for all Switchvox products here at Digium, and he's going to be talking about an exciting new feature offering that we have with Switchvox. So welcome, Adam.
Hi.
All right, so Adam, I understand that late last year we just launched a new feature, with some mobility features included. So why don't you tell us a little bit about what got launched?
Thanks, Brian. Yeah, the team's been hard at work, and we're really excited to launch and announce the Switchvox Softphone for iPhone, and add that to the Switchvox family of products. With the new app, users can take advantage of all the power of a desktop phone with them on the road wherever they go. So just like any phone, the Softphone registers your Switchvox as a true SIP device. So you can get everything you'd expect from that phone, from making and receiving extension calls, all the call controls to transfer, conference, record, and you have access to company directories. You've got real-time status updates for all your favorite contacts, and even the ability to manage those statuses of yourself while you're on the road.
All right, great. Well, that sounds awesome. So I mentioned it, or heard you say that it was called Switchvox Softphone for iPhone. What makes a Softphone different from just a normal, what would be considered a mobile app in the industry today?
Sure, yeah. So as I mentioned, the Softphone will register with your PBX as a SIP device. So it is truly a replacement or the same functionality you would have in a desk phone. So it's really more than an app. As I mentioned, you have all those unified communication functions that you would expect to have from a desk phone, but you've got it with you on your iPhone. So it's something that allows you to really appear as if you're in the office and have all the presence information and access to your organization to be able to make calls and interact in real time.
Okay, great. So having used the app myself, I'm pretty excited. And one of the big features that seemed really impactful for me was the setup. I mean, it happened in seconds. So can you tell us a little bit about how the setup of Switchvox Softphone for iPhone is different?
Sure, yeah. We really tried hard to make sure that the user experience with the Softphone is really as easy as possible for our customers. So we actually implemented two different ways that you can set up the Softphone, and both of them are really simple. So the first thing you're going to have to do is download the app from the App Store, which is free. And then once you have the app, your administrator would have to go in and set up a Softphone extension for you. And once that extension's set up, they can either, the easiest way to do it would be for your administrator to initiate an email that goes out to you. So once you get that email, you open it up on your iPhone, you click a link, it takes you to a web page where you input your username and password, and as soon as you launch the app the next time, it'll be already configured for you. So basically as simple as inputting your password one time, we'll do all the configuration on the back end. Now, that's probably the easiest way, but the coolest way to do it is using the QR code feature. So once you've been set up with a Softphone extension, the next time you log into your web portal on Switchvox, you'll see a small little QR code in the top right-hand corner showing you that you've got a Softphone available. And when you click on that, it should open up the QR code, and the first time you launch the app, before you've got it configured, it opens up with the camera activated on your iPhone. You just point that camera at your monitor, and it'll scan the QR code and do all the configuration. And literally, it's a matter of seconds to have all the configurations up running, and you're able to make and receive calls right from there.
Yeah, definitely much easier than having to enter IP names and all kinds of information manually into a mobile device from before. So.
Sure, yeah. Well, it's 2015 now, so we're trying to get past all that manual labor we used to do back in the day.
That's right. That's right. So another exciting feature that I like personally is favorites. So it seems to give a lot of really great information. Can you talk a little bit about favorites?
Yeah, like a lot of how the app is designed, we tried our best to keep it familiar for an iPhone user. So really, favorites is acts just like your iPhone would use favorites, where it's those contacts that you're going to want to have quick and constant access to. It also mirrors what your Digium desk phone would use as its default phone book. So that's one set of favorites that is shared between the two devices. So wherever you go within Switchvox, those contacts are gonna stay in sync, so that you don't really have to manage your favorites on your soft phone any differently than you would the rest of Switchvox. But with your favorites, you can obviously see their phone state and their status in real time, and also use a one-touch dialing to transfer calls to them or call them directly. So it's just kind of a shortcut to be able to have access on the road to those that you talk to most.
Yeah. Okay. Good. So I heard you mention contacts. So I know that you can access the contacts from your Switchvox. Are there any additional contacts that you have access to within the app?
Yeah. So your contacts is basically your global directory within Switchvox is automatically synced up and downloaded once you've registered your phone. So you can basically call anybody in your Switchvox directory, as well as there's a link out to your iPhone contacts. So within the Softphone, you can call anybody that's in your iPhone's address book or Switchvox for that matter.
Oh, great. Good. So the call control that's available in the app seems to be pretty robust. Can you talk about the call control, and is it possible that somebody could just use this as their primary phone?
Yeah, actually, that's absolutely what our thought was when we created this as a SIP phone. So, as we mentioned earlier, what sets it apart is it's a fully registered device on your PBX. So, the idea was, let's give them as much functionality as we can, so that if they're on the road and they need to use this as their only device, or if you're in an office environment where you don't need a desk phone, this certainly can do everything that you need it to do. So, outside of the general unified communication type functionality and presence and the ability to call and transfer and conference to different parties, we tried to take it as far as we could. So one of the cool things that got implemented recently was our ability to set voicemail greetings based on your status. So that's a feature of Switchvox. Another feature of Switchvox is the ability to manage call rules. So any user of Switchvox has access to go in and set call rules, either based on who's the incoming call, the time of day, or your status, and direct those calls accordingly. So while those features are very powerful and beneficial within Switchvox on its own, when you add the Softphone to the mix, now you've got the ability to set your status on the road, and through using the simple toggle of a status to away or busy or do not disturb, using the call rules and the voicemail greetings, you can say how that call is going to get handled, and even what that caller is going to hear if they reach your voicemail, depending on how your status is set. So while you're on the road, you've got all the access to your contacts, as well as the ability to manage your greetings and call flows from the road as well.
Yeah, that's a huge feature that has been in Switchvox that we've all been excited about. That it's great that it's mobile. I know one of the people that have been excited to use something like this. We have lots of schools that use Switchvox, and some of the teachers have been saying we'd like to be able to change our status from anywhere. So now they can change their status while they're going to recess or while they're going to cafeteria or wherever, and then they can send all their calls directly to voicemail, so their phone in their classroom doesn't get rang. So that's a really cool case.
And able to see anybody else's status from within your contacts as well is a powerful thing. And we've even taken it as far as we can from call controls. When you look at a contact and you see that they're on Do Not Disturb, we've got the ability to transfer a call directly into their voicemail with a single button click. So, again, trying to emulate as best we can all the functionality you'd have in an office on your iPhone.
Right. Okay, great. So I've heard that there's already a new feature being added, or that has been added to the Softphone. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Sure, yeah. We're excited to roll out a new feature already. I mean, this app launched not more than a month ago, and we worked really hard to build as much functionality as we discussed into making this a true SIP phone. on the iPhone. However, we knew all along that this is not something that we've got everything we can cram into it, and we're going to keep developing on it as much as we can. So one of the first things we looked at doing was adding the functionality to be able to make a call over your cellular network instead of over your data plan. So accomplishes a couple things. Essentially, instead of making and receiving calls over SIP, your phone will initiate a request to the PBX that says, here's my mobile phone number. I want to call Brian, and the PBX will then call your mobile phone. Once you've picked up, then it'll call Brian and connect the two calls. So essentially, you're having this conversation on your iPhone using your minutes instead of your data. So if data is valuable these days. Phone companies are charging us for data and not so much minutes now. So we think there's a great benefit there, as well as just generally, if you don't have a strong data connection, your call quality can suffer, or you might not even be able to make a call over data. So with a simple toggle within our settings menu, we've added the ability to basically turn off your SIP phone functionality and turn on cellular. So that's how outgoing calls work. Inbound, again, going back to sort of the powerful call control features that Switchvox has built in, you'll need to turn on your call routing so that calls coming into your extension are now getting routed down to your cell phone, your actual iPhone number. So that inbound calls will also get handled by the iPhone. So you're then making and receiving all of your calls over cellular instead of using the data and the SIP functionality. However, that said, you still have all of the other real-time status information that you would have from a SIP device, because it is still communicating with your PBX and able to pull your contacts and your call logs and your voicemails. So I think it's a happy medium. I think there's definitely use cases for both, and customers will have the flexibility to turn it on and off in the fly.
Great. Yeah, we're getting lots of word from customers, especially this last month, about cold weather, and this app, being as fully featured as it is, really gives people the ability to completely work from home. They have the exact same connectivity that they had in the office. Their phone works exactly the same way, and they don't have to travel out in the snow, and they can still be productive and keep their company up and running with something as simple as this app.
Right. Yeah. And we tried as best we could to get this out as fast as we could to help meet those needs. I mean, I think it's we're a mobile workforce now, as you mentioned. Outside of just weather, there's a lot of people who choose not to come into an office every day, or have the flexibility if they don't come into the office to still be very productive on the road. And again, with features coming down the line quickly after this, we're looking to build this to be a really, really strong app and a great add to our Switchvox family. And with that said, right now it is an iPhone app, but our developers are already hard at work at building the Android equivalent of this. So it's definitely something we've got a strong focus on moving forward.
So good. So if I'm a Switchvox customer today, how do I get the app? How do I get started?
Sure, yeah. So as I mentioned earlier, you go right to the Apple App Store, download the app. You'll need to contact your system administrator just to set up a softphone extension for you, and they will need to be on Switchvox version 5.10 or later. So once they have that version of Switchvox, they'll have all the access to the various settings on the administrative side to get a user set up and running. And again, once they've set up your extension and you've got the app installed, it's a matter of seconds to get up and running.
All right, perfect. So very exciting stuff, Adam. I guess just to close out, we're in 2015 now. We're all really excited about the new year and changes. Can you tell us a little bit about what to be excited about with Switchvox in 2015?
Sure, yeah. I think 2014 was a great year for us. We were glad we got our softphone out there before the close of 2014. But as mentioned, 2015, that Android app will be quickly on its heels, and really they've got a lot of other hard work that they put in over the past year that we're really excited to show everybody. It's not quite ready, but it is quickly coming, and I think it's going to be a very welcome advancement in the entire Switchvox platform. And with that, I think it's gonna lead to even more functionality and innovation and opportunities for customers to really take advantage of a very strong system.
Good. Yeah, we're all really excited. I think 2015 definitely be the year of Switchvox for sure. So, so Adam, I definitely appreciate your time today. Thanks for taking a few minutes and telling us about the Softphone. If you'd like more information about the Softphone, just go to digium.com, and there's plenty of information there. And again, like Adam said, if you want for current Switchvox customer and you want to get started, just contact your system administrator and go to the Apple Store and download the app. Again, Adam, appreciate your time. Thank you for reading today, and we look forward to seeing you at the next Digium Live.